Thank you for the invitation for this sharing. What I want to say is the challenge at this date is to manage fear and rebuild hope for the people of the sea. As the maritime world is affected by this unpredictable event, it is time for Stella Maris and other organizations to assess the massive socio-economic devastation of the COVID-19 crisis and to plan our response to new realities. Different media is reflecting the psychological trauma that seafarers are facing now, and some articles are anticipating the coming of a severe social disturbance. Indeed, we are facing on a turning point in our history. The challenge is, I repeat, at this date, to manage fear and to rebuild hope for the people of the sea. About fear. Fear today is everywhere. Seafarer centers are closed, ship visiting are not allowed, there is no shore leave, no access even on wharf. I'm afraid that the permanent surveillance will thus reach a paranoid level. Furthermore, the COVID-19 has left deep psychological wounds in all seafarers, defying weeks and months at sea with no more shore leaves while figuring out serious illness, serious ill health, or the death of loved ones. So the seafarers is nervously exhausted and emotionally misbalanced, and safety is severely spoiled. About stress and suicide, I will give you two examples. I receive a message like this. This is to inform you that a Filipino crew member, namely Ernie, together with 4 other Filipino crews, were working on the above vessel. Their return home was scheduled for beginning of October. However, due to COVID pandemic, their departure was postponed to October 10. The crew, Ernie, could not handle this situation and unfortunately committed suicide on the 7th of October. He left behind a letter addressed to his parents, brothers, and sisters, in which he wrote the following: "You should not be sad, as I will go far away because I do not like them to be involved about my serious sickness, which will never cure, and that is why I put my life to an end." A second example is on the MV Ocean Zenon, a tanker vessel of Malta flag. On Wednesday, the 14th of October, I and the National Director, Lindsay, we celebrated a funeral on the above vessel. The seafarers who passed away was the chief engineer, namely Mr. Limitov of Ukraine. He joined the above vessel on the 10th of July. And on October 12th, nearly, on the eve of his 60th birthday, he committed suicide. From information gathered, his wife died while he was stranded at sea. He was having anxiety and depressed and could not, unfortunately, manage his mental health. And it seems that the COVID pandemic had also a negative effect on him. After the ceremony, the 20 crews of the different nationalities, Turkish, Filipino, Ukraine, expressed their appreciation for having the port chaplain on board and to receive his blessing. The repatriation of the corpse will be done at the police department, completes its investigation. Coronavirus. Hello? You hear me? Another thing, coronavirus is also a job killer. We are expecting massive unemployment affecting thousands of households, threatening financial stability, diminishing purchasing power, disturbing family plans, and shattering dreams. The mental stress will inevitably increase. For example, on the Stanhope, a seafarer threatened to put end to his life. He was in distress because of no renewal of contract, waiting for crew change, expired contract, etc. He asked for assistance by phone. So we negotiated with the authorities, the health officers, immigration office, police, port agencies, etc. during 2 days. And finally, he was repatriated from the ship and directly to catch a plane for India. Many of seafarers will soon have to set into survival mode, skipping mortgage repayment, losing their homes, missing out education fees. Others will see family business which they are dreaming simply vanish. Many will feel like they have gone back for years. Things will not get better soon. It is not a secret that as difficulties increase, people grow more selfish. Therefore, calls for long-term sacrifice and civic responsibility will turn into solidarity fatigue. We collect this during a meeting in the context of the Day of Seafarers in June. A group of 100 Mauritian seafarers on cruise vessel approached us, the Stella Maris, to organize this forum. For Stella Maris, our traditional way of pastoral need to be revised in this crisis situation. We need to be inventive. For example, to have the courage to express our solidarity to develop the chance to the unemployed seafarers to find jobs. The world economic crisis will turn to be a nightmare for seafarers at all levels: artisanal fishers, deep sea fishing, belt carriers, cruise ship, on all the multi-dimensional face of the people of the sea. For example, medical assistance. A seafarer with dental problem was refused to disembark in Port Louis, and the ship was directed to Réunion and Seychelles. So we must revise our presence in sport with a mental health program. So our mission to bring hope need a realistic approach to the situation. We must be relevant in our social dialogue with other associations within church institutions and governments, which means that as from now, we must choose to adapt ourselves in the post-COVID-19 era and position ourselves in the category of people with a humanitarian vision for a new world. Thank you for your attention.